Hello everyone, welcome to the final English lesson of the week. So we are going to be doing a short editing lesson today. So we're going to be looking back at our newspaper article and seeing what we could maybe do differently. So I'm going to give you some things that you perhaps want to look at when you are going back and editing your writing. If you haven't finished your article, absolutely fine. I did say that you can do that over 2 days because it's a lot of writing. So if you want to revisit it and have a bit of thinking time in between, that's fine. But if you have finished, then we can go on this editing journey so we can have a look through our writing again and see what we might want to change. So if you're not quite finished, maybe come back to this video later, but if you are, welcome and let's have a look together. So I've got some bits of writing here and on the next page, and I'm going to go back and edit. Okay, so it's sort of like an editing video that I did before where there are some things that I would like to change, and there might be some things that you notice we could change. So if you want to pause it and have a look through and think, oh, Ms. Paget hasn't done this, or I would think about including this, then feel free to pause it and have a go yourself, challenge yourself to see if we end up with the same things being edited. But I'm just going to have a look through now and read it, and we can edit as we go. So, in Somerset, something has happened. A girl has found a magical wardrobe. Lucy, who was sent to the countryside following the horrific bombing in London, is said to have found the ancient wardrobe in an empty room. Along with her brothers and sister, she had been staying in a mansion, when on her second day she stumbled upon the wardrobe. I'm just going to make this, some of that's bold and some of it's not, so let's make it all the same thing. So in Somerset, something has happened. So I've just said something. I don't think that's very interesting, so I think that I should change it. I could also be more specific about where in Somerset, what type of place. So in a village in Somerset, something incredible has happened. Has happened. I like has been unfolding, or has been uncovered, or I'm going to change that to discovered, because the wardrobe was discovered rather than uncovered. I think that's a better way to describe it. A girl has found a magical wardrobe. Okay, that's a very short sentence. I could make that into a relative clause there because I've got my noun here. So what's my relative pronoun? So a girl who has found a magical wardrobe, or actually no, it'd be who is called Lucy has found a magical wardrobe. Then I go on to say Lucy, who was sent to the countryside following the horrific bombing in London, is said to have found the ancient wardrobe in an empty room. So I'm pretty happy with that sentence because I've got a relative clause here, and then I've got my other clause here. So it's found the ancient wardrobe. So along with her brothers and sister, she had been staying in a mansion when on her second day she stumbled upon the wardrobe. So staying in a mansion, I wonder if I could describe the mansion. So I might describe it as grand mansion. When on her second day she stumbled upon the wardrobe. I could say where she found the wardrobe, couldn't I? In a spare room. Perfect. So I've added some bits in there. I've changed a simple sentence to a complex sentence. So looking good. I'm pretty happy with my editing so far. When we get to the end, I think I'll make a list of things that you might want to have a look at. And those will be things from the success criteria that we had a little look at yesterday as well. Okay, so here I have got Lucy, who has brown hair, has spoken to lots of officials regarding the enchanted wardrobe. The security department has said that we are safe from creatures within said magical land. Chamberlain said he would visit the mansion to inspect whether there is any truth in Lucy's claims. The Lord Mayor of Somerset has said I would feel safer if the wardrobe was taken away. Government officials have said that they will be considering moving the wardrobe. Antique dealer Bob Johnson has said, I disagree that the wardrobe should be moved as it is a rare antique. So here I can just see an error that's actually just from the computer. I need to space that out. Okay, so straight away I can see that in my first sentence, let me just move myself down here. Lucy, who has brown hair, has spoken to lots of officials regarding the enchanted wardrobe. Now, I have got a complex sentence here, but I think the way I've said who has brown hair, I don't feel like that's very relevant in this sentence. It doesn't really mean anything because she does have brown hair, but it seems a bit silly to be mentioning in this sentence when she's been talking to lots of officials. So what I will do is change this to I might change it to who has been very busy since her discovery, has spoken to lots of officials regarding the enchanted wardrobe, because then they're sort of linked. I'm saying that she's been very busy since the discovery, and this could be because she has spoken to lots of officials about the enchanted wardrobe. What I could also say lots of important officials regarding the enchanted wardrobe, just to give a bit more description. So the security department has said that we are safe from creatures within said magical land. Now I've just used the word said there as an active verb, so I'm going to see, can I think of any other way that I would like the security department? I could say stated, couldn't I? Or I could say stressed. So stressed means if you say something with a lot of meaning. So if your parents, let's say, are telling you to go to bed and they're saying it's really important that you need to go to bed so you can get your sleep, they have stressed that it is really important that you need to do that. So it doesn't mean that you are stressed and you're really feeling all over the place. It just means that it's something really important that has been said. That we are safe from creatures within said magical. Okay, so overall that sentence reads, the security department has stressed that we are safe from creatures within said magical land. So I'm happy with that one as well. And I've remembered my capital letters and my full stops. Chamberlain said he would visit the mansion to inspect whether there is any truth in Lucy's claims. So let's have a look at this sentence here. So again, I think I can change my active verb, so I can change said into something else. So let me go through what I could use. So shouted, I don't think that would be quite right. Murmured, exclaimed. If someone's saying something and it's really important, what would be good? Perhaps declared. Declared. So it's another way of saying stated, but it's saying that, you know, this is going to happen, okay? Chamberlain declared he would visit the mansion to inspect whether there is any truth in Lucy's claims. So maybe if you use a lot of said, have a little look on an online dictionary or with a thesaurus and see what other active verbs you can use instead of said, just so that you're not repeating it too much in your writing. So the next sentence, the Lord Mayor of Somerset has said, I would feel safer if the wardrobe was taken away. Now, I can see here that punctuation needs to be used. So I need to put my comma there to split up the speech. Speech marks in here. And then a full stop there and my speech marks. So make sure that you have punctuated it appropriately. So you've split up the speech with your punctuation, so your comma, started your speech, capital letter, your speech has ended, and then so full stop, sentence is over, and then you've got your punctuation here as well, your speech marks. Okay? So government officials have said they will be considering moving the wardrobe. Now here, because it's something that government officials have said, it's not a particular person, I don't need to worry about putting my punctuation in there. Okay, so when it's something that a specific person has said, you can put your punctuation in. But if it's something that has come from a group of people, then there's no need for punctuation here. Okay. And also we've got a present perfect tense, so have said. So this is still ongoing, and this is still what they mean. Okay. So they have. It's not that they had said and they've changed their mind. They have said. Okay. So I've got the right use of the tenses there. So make sure you're checking your tenses as well when you're going through. Antique dealer Bob Johnson has said, I disagree that the wardrobe should be moved as it is a rare antique. So I would say that I'm quite happy with this sentence. I could maybe think of a way to describe Bob Johnson being an antique dealer. And why he should be trusted, or I could say that he's local actually. So local, or I could say well renowned or famous. Let's go for famous. Famous antique dealer Bob Johnson has said, I disagree that the wardrobe should be moved as it is a rare antique. Okay, so I've just edited that and thought of a way. How can I make it sound more reliable, this Bob Johnson? And then lastly, I've got, this is the most amazing tale of 1939. Now, I'm thinking that I could probably put something in between here, because to just say that this is the most amazing tale of 1939, it would be a bit of an abrupt ending. I think we could maybe end it with another complex sentence if we try. So help me on this one. I think I'm going to use which. Oh, it's changed my font. Let me get my nice joined font back. Okie dokie. Right, I've got that now. I'm going to use which, I think, to make my relative clause. So what I could say is, change my font again. What is sure is that this amazing discovery, which is still being investigated by the police, is sure, oh no, I've already used sure, is going to be the most retold story of 1939. Okay, so I've got a relative clause there, and I've lost my font, but it's okay, we'll forget about it for now. So I've got my relative clause there. What is sure is that this amazing discovery, which is still being investigated by the police, is going to be the most retold story of 1939. So that means it's going to be the most amazing story, and people are going to be chattering about it constantly. And also it's still being investigated by the police. So that is our editing. I'm just going to add a blank page here and just write some of the things that you might want to remember and include. So capital letters, punctuation, those are a must. Because we're in year 4 now, we need to make sure that we're definitely doing this with our writing. So making sure we've got capital letters if you're using a name, okay, or if you're talking about a place, and then punctuating speech, and also using your commas to break up relative clause, to make complex sentences and enclose those relative clauses, but also to make sure we've got full stops as well. So let's put complex sentences, relative clauses, what else? Correct tense. So what I'll put here is I will put present perfect and past perfect. I don't need a capital letter here. And just check your vocabulary and your adjectives as well, because I found that I was able to include a lot more adjectives once I'd had a little look over my writing. So I was able to make those nouns sound even better. Get this font. Perfect. Okay, so these are some of the things that I would like you to check as you go through your writing. It may be that you think of more as you move along, but just remember, it doesn't matter if you need to add these things in or if you want to add them in. It doesn't mean that there's much wrong with your writing before. It just means that you're making it even better. So if you find things that you do want to change or need changing, don't feel bad about it. Just move forward with it and make your writing even better. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope you're able to go ahead and edit. Can't wait to see what you come up with, and I can't wait to see some of your newspaper reports. So please send those through to Miss Long and I. I know we really, really would love to see them. So have a lovely weekend, take care, and we will see you on Monday. Bye!